Well, much of the country is bracing for another sweltering weekend, and with that, increased bushfire risk. Victorians especially will be on high alert given the recent blaze in the Grampians. For more, David Harris joins us now from the State Control Centre in Melbourne. David, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Emma. Thanks for having me.
What are you expecting conditions-wise in terms of fires?
Yeah, so at the minute, we've got a couple of major fires still burning in Victoria. There's the one out in the Grampians or the Garry Word National Park. It's about 76,000 hectares, but we've got firefighters controlling that, and we've been doing a lot of work on that fire in the last couple of days, and a few smaller fires out to the east of Melbourne, at the Mount Howard fire and also the Gerdy's fires, and they're well contained as well. So what we're preparing ourselves for over the next 4 days is a low intensity heat wave to impact Victoria. So it's going to be very, very hot over the next 4 days, and on Saturday and Sunday we're looking at extreme fire behaviour is forecast for a couple of districts in Victoria.
So which areas are of most concern across the state?
Yeah, so at this stage we've got extreme fire behaviour forecast for the Wimmera Fire District on Saturday, and then extreme fire behaviour for the Mallee Fire District on Sunday. Associated with those extreme fire behaviour and the high heat is going to be a wind change. So a weather change will move through Saturday evening through to Sunday, which is going to bring with it some lightning as well. So we're anticipating that could also cause a few new fire starts for us. So we have all of our fire brigades on standby and ready for that.
We saw with the Grampians fire the other week that we had a lot of interstate crews come over to help. Are they still here, or are they on standby to come back?
Actually, pleased to say the final interstate crew was demobilised yesterday and they've returned home. So we've got enough capacity now back in Victoria to work on any new fires that might start, and more broadly across the emergency management sector we're getting ready for the heat wave that will be occurring over the next 4 days as well. So we've been working closely with our colleagues at Life Saving Victoria, because we know a lot of Victorians will be heading down to the beach and waterways over this coming weekend, and we do remind them to also pay attention to the directions from Life Saving Victoria and swim between the flags.
So what's your advice in terms of these fires for people? As you mentioned, a lot of people are travelling at the moment, but a lot of locals are staying put. What's your advice?
Look, that's the same thing I suppose we always say, is that if you're able to, make sure you download the Vic Emergency app onto your mobile device and be aware of any warnings that are put in place. You can also look at emergency.vic.gov.au and you'll see there all of our fire warnings, but also any other incidents that are occurring across the state. And if you like, you can also call into the Victorian Emergency Management hotline on 1800 226 226, where you can get more detailed information on emergencies that might be occurring across Victoria.
David, is this what we're going to be seeing for the rest of summer, perhaps, where we're seeing this burst of heat, a lot of fire danger, fire risk, and then things sort of ease off a little bit, but then a few days later it happens again?
Yeah, look, that is the traditional weather pattern that we do see. So we do get the relief from those southwesterly changes. So that as the high and low pressure systems move across the state, we see that alternate through Victoria. One of the challenges that we are facing lately is the extreme nature of these wind changes and the extreme nature of the temperatures that we're seeing due to climate change. So that really has made it quite difficult for us. In some cases, we'll be fighting a fire 1 week and then managing a flood just a few days later.